What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a brief video or a brief topic, hopefully not to take up too much time, but just something that I feel called to speak about, um, something that I grew up with, and I don't know, uh, probably people um, having their questions as well. Anyways, the topic that I wanted to talk about is, growing up, did you know what you wanted to do uh, as a career or whatnot when were you were gonna grow up? As a kid, they always ask you, "Oh, what are you gonna be when you grow up?" Like uh, the typical answers: firefighter, policeman, doctor, dentist, whatever. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up or got older, and I'm close to reaching 50, and I still don't know what I want to do. I've experienced enough things that I know what I don't want to do, and I'm sure a lot of people out there have experienced similar situations where you do enough jobs that you're like, well, I don't like either how one was treated or what entailed in the job, and so on. I'm the type of person that's been like a kind of like that saying, what is it, jack of all trades, master of none, but still better. Uh, what is it? Better than master of one, or something like that. I don't know the saying exactly, but I'm good at a lot of things. And I'm sure there's people out there just like me, of course. There's people that are good at a lot of things. And um, I guess what I wanted to say is that growing up, I wish there would have been people telling me, reassuring me that, hey, it's okay that you don't know what you want to do. That's fine. You do enough things in life that you'll come to a point where you'll find what you want to do. Or it maybe you're not ready for whatever you came here into this life. It's not your time yet to do what you came here to do. Maybe it could be like, I just think of like Colonel Sanders, KFC guy was like a millionaire. I think it was his 70s, 80s, 80 years old. Like maybe he did a lot of things, and then that's when things took off for him at that late of an age. Um, it's everybody's different. Everybody comes here to learn lessons, life lessons, go through difficulties, and learn from it and grow from it. But I just wanted to say that anybody watching this, if you don't know what you want to be, you're younger, of course, than I am, and you don't know what you want to be or do in life, it's okay. At some point you'll figure it out, or it's just not hasn't arrived yet, and and perhaps like myself, um, maybe we're just here to you know kind of like hold the space for others, uh, to help others, kind of like cheer them on and reaching for their goals. That's what we're here to do. Maybe that's our calling. You can't discount that. That might be what it is that we're here for. We just feel like we're broken. We don't know, like, is there something wrong with me? That, like, how come I can't come up with something that I want to aspire to? And I just think, as well, maybe we haven't tried enough things to be able to uh, pick or narrow down to one thing. It could be like myself. I probably didn't do as many jobs as I uh, should have tried when I was younger. Maybe I was just played it too safe and stayed in certain places longer than normal, or just played it safe. It's was always taught to be responsible, so um, just did the best I could with what I had. Same thing with everybody. Everybody's going through something different, and you're doing the best you can with the information that you have at that moment. as you grow older, you mature, you get more information, you have a broader view of what's going on. You can make a more educated decision and then go from there. And as we age, you shouldn't like think of like being so hard on yourself and being like, well, why was I doing things like that like back then, or I was so silly, or I was so stupid. Negative talk doesn't really help. And you got to be compassionate with yourself because you did the best you could at that time when you were younger, that you took the information that you had at that moment and you did the best that you could, which is what we all do. At the moment, we're gathering all this information, and when you're 19, 20, 25, whatever it is, you're making decisions. You're always having to decide, do I do this? Do I do that? This is what I know. This is the best uh, this is the best decision I'm making at this precise moment. But then, that's what you're doing with that information at that time. As you get older, you'll have a broader view. You'll be more experienced. You'll know what you want, what you don't want, and you'll move, accordingly. And but I just wanted to get something like that out there, that if you're struggling at the moment, or you're being too hard on yourself, don't be. Everything will reveal itself, I guess, in time. So um, just wanted to share that with you. Um, don't know what else to say. I just think that I felt the calling to speak that to you guys. Hopefully it resonates. Hopefully I can help anybody that's out there that may be second guessing themselves, and take it easy, and everything will go according to plan, uh, as our creator does. you know uh, he'll help us out along the way. And if if you feel lost at times, just somebody or something will come along and guide you along. So, but you always got to make a move and make it yourself, and to push forward. But just wanted to share that. Anybody have any information, anything you'd like to share, or on, like, have you felt like that? Because growing up myself, I always felt like, gee, friends or family members were doing things, and you're like, man, they have it all, like they know what they're looking for. They know they want to be a doctor, or they want to be a dentist, or they want to be uh, computer or IT or something, whatever it is, and or a mechanic or a tech in something, and you're like, like, not that they have it made, but they have, like, they're determined to do one thing. But as you get older, you see that everybody, like, maybe studies in school at the university for something and then do the complete opposite, or they do what they studied and then midway something, they matured, something changed in their life, and then they're like, let me try this. So um, just want to put that out there. Anything you guys want to chime in on, I'm open to listening to it. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate you guys taking the time, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.